All right, good day, people, and welcome to our podcast, Cope with Us. My name is Kevin. This is the fourth episode, and I'm here joined by my co-host,
Luis.
Luis. Indeed, how are you doing today?
Fine.
Fine. All right, great. Me too. Today's
Yeah,
you didn't ask, but
me too. Yes.
whatever,
How are you
man.
doing today, Kevin?
We're doing great. We're doing great, and we're going to talk today about social media. And I assume you're active on social media.
Your assumptions are correct.
Indeed, yes. Of course, I am too, and I think the large part of our population nowadays is active. And we're going to discuss whether this is a good thing, what influences it has on us, etc., etc.
I mean, if you're not active on social media nowadays,
You-
you're really missing too much.
Yeah,
At this point, it's not like an option sometimes. Sometimes it's like it's a requirement for some jobs you want to do.
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
So it's like social media took over everyone.
exactly, yeah. It's already sort of a key to our in our society.
Yeah.
And as always, we're going to start off with a silly dilemma round. Again, mine is not silly at all.
You're not fun.
We should honestly just
You-
change this to a dilemma round, but
Yeah, but
we have that already. So
You're not like super, like you just go straight with serious stuff.
yeah. Well, I think this one is not as serious as other ones, but it's definitely not funny either. I'm gonna just say it to you.
That's the point.
Yes, I know. On social media,
Yeah.
would you rather have only images or only
Okay.
text?
I would say only images. I'm not big into.
Hmm.
I'm not. Can the images have text on it?
No.
Can you draw with the text?
No.
Yeah. So
Basically, having no text will kill memes. Not necessarily.
both of them would kill memes.
Yeah, both of them, because they
They come in a
complement.
pack.
They complement each other. Yeah, yeah.
Both of them will kill memes because.
Okay, so that's already something you don't have to take into consideration. Memes are dead.
Thanks. It's silly. You see, it's not silly. Like, you always go to the tragic stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe we should change it,
It-
to Luis's silly dilemma and Kevin's
Yeah.
tragic, depressing dilemma.
Kevin's depressing life.
No, it's a dilemma. It's not my life.
Yeah, I think the thing is just text. It will be so much BS.
Yeah.
It's like,
But at least you can communicate.
you can communicate with a picture.
A lot more difficult,
But
especially. on
also like
social
in
media.
chat functionality.
Sorry.
Like, for example, Instagram, you can chat with other people.
Yeah. It would only be images.
Can we give some
Shit.
videos?
Without text, without speaking, then.
Speaking. So we're on mimes, you know.
Yeah, basically.
You're like, come over. You're like rolling a rope.
Yeah.
How are you? Yeah. And then text, and of course.
It's almost necessary, right? Text.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, well, yeah, I agree. I think if you only have images, you can't. It doesn't really have a purpose anymore.
And it feels like it's
Um,
such a.
But it would be funny. People would get really creative with how to present the news and stuff like that. I'd love to see that for like a day that you.
But
only,
then
can
you
only
presented
post.
the news, and then you're not
Excuse me.
presenting anything. You're just presenting.
Well, you can make a funny video, like not a video, but
It feels
like,
like
you can make a funny video where you replicate something that happened, like you reproduce.
it feels.
Like-
It feels like a film festival made
Yeah.
a social media. Like everything without no words have multiple meanings.
It's just
Like, if you post an image can mean like you're happy or you're hungry or you're.
I
or
just
you
get
hate
this.
society.
I just get this imagination that you're that you're working at the news at the news
Castle,
place,
yeah. I mean,
and
it's-
suddenly like you get the news in that the princess of your country gave birth to a child. So like one of the women has to put on a wig and reproduce it.
You put on a wig and
put it online. I mean, it would be more funny. See, it becomes silly now.
you have to make a castle and then like out of cardboard and zoom
Yeah.
into a castle and you make a talk to
I
the
think a lot more people would become journalists.
No.
Yeah, of course. This is hilarious. Well, I would love to do that.
I just imagine like what's your job? A journalist. And then you can describe the job, and you have, oh, once I was a princess, once I was like a terrorist.
I mean, it would actually give us a lot more job opportunities in our field.
I feel like that's like news in LA. That everyone's an actor.
Yeah, maybe.
Kinda. Oh yeah,
That
text. I was like a text.
Yeah, text.
I think also you.
No, I'm going with images now.
You're going with images?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
You're a mime. If you guys know, just Kevin's always paint white with
Yeah,
like
right.
a little bit black spots. I don't know, like makeup.
Makeup. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Don't know where that came from,
A mime.
but all right. Yeah, I know.
Alright. So my dilemma is, again, explanation a little bit. I actually forgot a little. Okay. Would you rather either everything you do in your life it gets documented in social media, like I just drink a little bit of water, and there's a tweet saying Kevin just drink a little bit of water. Everything you do, Kevin just move the phone, just touch the microphone, everything.
Okay.
Or everything you want to do, you have to first document it yourself. So, for example, this is basically giving you a choice of either everything you do is gonna get documented, either the good stuff or the bad stuff, or you choose what you want to be documented. But if you, for example, I want to go to take a walk, I have to text first. I'm going to take a walk. If I'm going to going to the bathroom, I'm going to the bathroom. So, but for example, it's like I don't want to do something, you don't need to put it aside. Like you don't need to be super specific like the other one.
Yeah.
So it's basically given the choice automatically, or you choose what goes in there.
Well, what I want to do, like.
Let's say like.
At one point, I'll have the urge to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I want to go to the bathroom. It still means I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah, but for you to go, you have to text it first.
I have to text it. Okay, so it's not necessarily what I want, but it's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But that's.
But
then it's kind of the same, except I'm doing it instead of before. I'm doing it instead of after. I'm doing it before.
Yeah, but you can say, for example, in the first one, you were talking to each other and you say, "Oh, you look kind of fat" or something.
It's more detailed.
Yeah, and then the first one it goes directly, "Oh, Kevin just said this person look kind of fat." But in the other one say, "Oh, I'm gonna have a conversation with Luis." And that's it. There's no more.
But then it's easy. Then it's the last one.
But then you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, at least it's not gonna ruin my life. Well, I mean.
Kinda.
But okay, I agree. I agree. There is definitely inconvenient moments, but if I have to go to the bathroom, I will probably be on my phone anyways. I have my phone with me, so I can just use my phone, tweet it out. I'm going to the bathroom, and then go to the bathroom and come back. And of course, there are situations where this is really inconvenient. You can imagine those yourself, but it's not the end of the world. I think if you actually.
The other one is not the end of the world either. You just live your life normally, but everything you do is on.
Yeah, well, that's
full
nice.
display. I mean, but nothing. It's not like, oh, I want to go for a run. Going for a run. I want to.
Yeah, but then you're literally. I mean, I don't know if you saw. Have you seen the Truman Show?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you're literally being followed 24/7, except just on social media.
Yeah.
You're a live reality TV show.
Yeah.
And there's no images of it.
No.
But.
It could be funny.
Well, yeah. Well, that would be even worse. But just imagine the things you do without wanting other people to know you do them.
Yeah, that's the point. But I guess I would say.
I'm posting that shit myself, honestly. I don't care.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I would say, I kind of want to take the first one. Just live my life, and I always think, oh, I don't care, whatever. People like I don't think I do anything that outrageous. But then it's like there's context behind it. I guess there's context always.
I can see it happen like 9:27. Luis is masturbating, and then 9:33, Luis is crying.
I got again the comments again.
Wait, that'd be funny, but yeah, well, no, I think we different opinion in this one. I'm gonna go with the second one.
It's just how much. Okay, I'm gonna go for a second one because of my. I want
You don't want
privacy.
people to know you're crying.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, all right. That's great. I think it brings us to the next part of the show, which is news of the week. How much social media news have we found this week?
To be honest, like trustworthy, like not trustworthy, like worthy news on social media.
It's always difficult, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a difference between the social media news and people inside the social media
Yeah,
news.
absolutely. Yeah.
We talked a little bit before about celebrities, so we didn't want to go there. There's no news outside from celebrities.
Yeah. Well, one little fun news topic is that Twitter actually comes with a new feature now.
Yeah.
For some people it is already there. For some people it's not. I personally haven't had it yet. Do you have it?
I don't think so. Let me check.
You don't think so? Yeah. It's the voice notes you can post now. Which I personally believe is absolutely stupid. No, you do not have it.
I don't have it.
I personally believe it's really weird to add this because it doesn't necessarily add much. You can already post videos,
Yeah.
right? And of course you have an image there, but you can just make your image black, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I don't necessarily see how this is useful. It also becomes kind of annoying that when you're going through a thread, there is some people replying with voice notes and there's some people replying with actual text.
Yeah.
Especially like countering each other. Like one person replies to the other person like.
Yeah.
Nah.
It kind of takes a fun spin into Twitter.
Yeah.
Because Twitter just usually was either some people reply with videos, but it's never like a full conversation with videos, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like they want to say something with videos because they have it in their mind and they can just say it. And that's something for me is like, especially in Twitter, it's gonna change a lot. Twitter is always has been without filter, like a little bit without filter. Like Instagram, full filters. Like you can see someone on Instagram posting picture on the beach and say like, and Twitter you can see, oh, hate the beach or something. There's so much sun because it gives you the freedom. It's just text. It kind of Facebook does a little bit, but Facebook is kind of weird because you have your family in there.
Yeah.
Twitter is like more kind of anonymous depending how you treat yourself, your Twitter.
Yeah.
And now with the voice notes, it's like before when you're typing, you have to think when you're typing.
Yeah.
With the voice notes, you can just grab your phone and say whatever you fuck you want.
Yeah.
And that makes it more unfiltered, but also kind of makes it like kind of dicey, you know?
Yeah.
Because you cannot really think about context. Some people, or you might say something that's taken the wrong way.
Yes, but let me say
Same with text, but
yes, exactly. I think actually, if you look at it from that point of view, voice notes are quite useful because it's a lot easier to understand someone when they are actually speaking than when they are typing.
Yeah.
Although of course you're still hearing a voice. You're not seeing anyone. You don't see what actions they have done or what they are doing. So yeah, it's still it's kind of the same energy as text in general. I think.
Yeah. I would say. I was just thinking like, just waiting for someone to get super mad or something.
Mm-hmm.
Grab the phone, record the voice on Twitter, post it like that.
Yeah.
Knowing they can be right, they can be wrong, but then that's the fact. Like I say, like it gives you so much freedom. Just grab it, say something, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Instead of like grabbing when you're sitting down typing, you're like, okay, this is really worth it to
yeah, right.
say.
Then you delete the tweet and you go back.
Yeah, and then you go cry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm personally already not a fan of voice notes in general. I get the purpose of them. I get that they are useful, but I know you, for example, and
WhatsApp
among other people use it a lot, and I never use it myself because I feel like I can explain myself better in text. That's why I'm doing a podcast right now.
In text.
You know, in
podcast
text.
in text.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I'm not sure. I get that speaking sometimes also makes things a lot easier. But if you want to be serious and formal, then
I think
it's
faster to just send it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with
that's my only reason.
But
to explain something in voice note, like WhatsApp or something or messaging, it's just you grab it. You can say the context really fast.
Yeah.
And you just explain yourself faster than
Mm-hmm.
having texting something. You're
Yeah.
sending something, I don't know, it takes time.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I don't know. There's a limit, I believe. There's like a 30-second limit to the
On Twitter?
length of yes.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
But then I still, yeah, you can still say more than
Is
180.
30 seconds the equivalent
characters.
of 240 characters?
No. It's 180, right? No, 200.
240.
Yeah, there's no number anymore. It's only the little circle that
Yeah, but 200.
that fills up. Yeah. All right. Well, fair enough. I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, and Twitter, of course, is also kind of an older platform now, right? Are we growing outside of Twitter? Is there a new generation of social media coming?
Yeah, that's like basically we talked about it before, like how if you think about it, Twitter, Facebook, and even Instagram. I'd say Instagram is the newest one. Or Instagram and Snapchat are the newest one of this generation. I don't know how to call it, but let's say the old generation.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have more groundbreaking which are Vine and TikTok. And TikTok is not new. Vine is not new.
No.
Vine is 2013, 7 years, something like that. But I think it's the step ground. It's like the founding
In the new generation.
in the new
Well,
generation.
I think Snapchat also partakes in that area. It's really this quick. TikTok maybe not so much, but Vine was like 6 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And
TikTok can be like a minute or something.
yeah, exactly. TikTok is a little different in that, but I think especially Snapchat as well is like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but
There you go. It's really this fast paced.
but the other thing I would differentiate is like Snapchat is now they have like these stories for like famous people that everyone can see.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, it was like you can only show this to people you know.
Yeah, you have to
And
add them.
You have to add
Yeah.
them and stuff. It kind of in the same sense as Twitter.
Yeah.
Instagram give you a little bit more freedom. Everyone can see your posts. But Vine and TikTok is the goal is basically or for Vine and
Vine was, of course,
yeah.
unfortunately, RIP. But,
RIP. But the goal is to get a lot of people to watch it. And that's the
Yeah.
difference. Like before it was for you to post your own personal stuff. Instagram is an album
Mhm.
of photos and Facebook is also an album of photos and memories.
Mhm.
But TikTok and Vine is just to gather an audience. It's basically a game.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
Why do I bring this? Like, why? That's my biggest difference because now the intention of the social media is out as it becomes more a social platform
Mm-hmm.
instead of or a platform media basically.
Yeah.
And nowadays we can see how important this is with basically kids are being recognizable, being famous on these social medias.
Yes.
I don't know. For me, I found like every time I see a kid with achieving high level of fame,
A large audience.
a large
around
audience,
them,
I
yeah.
feel for them because I feel like their life is changes, maybe for the better, maybe for the worse, but I feel like they're getting robbed out of their childhood.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to say because you can just blow up out of nowhere, right? There are so many examples of people posting something innocent and then after a day it has maybe 3 or 4 views, and then suddenly later on it gets picked up by someone and the ball starts rolling.
Yeah.
And it's really risky and it's also sort of a dilemma. We don't really have it here, but like age is such a weird thing. Like, should there be an age restriction on social media, you think?
And sometimes I say yes, sometimes I say no because I remember what was like being 13 and having an Instagram. Like I never did anything, but nowadays like you have to have a TikTok, then you have to make videos, and your friends are gonna see your video if you're not funny, and I feel like if you're not funny,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, but if you ever seen TikTok, it's like good looking, and it's kind of weird because it's always underage people there. So it's kind of dicey just to be there and see all these underage people acting and
Do you have TikTok?
I have, but I don't have an account.
Okay.
I have it just because for me it's easy. I get like the top
It's
videos.
not because you don't want to look at younger kids anonymously.
No.
Okay. No, then I'm just checking just to be sure.
Yeah.
You never know. We don't need the FBI here, guys.
No, I was like, should it be an age restriction? Maybe for creating content like this, kinda, or like giving fame to these people, kinda, because then these people. The thing is, like, then these people grow up. And for example, the biggest TikTok star it's called Charlie D'Amelio. She's 16 years old, and she 2 years later she's 18, and she says something, like for example, kind of taken out of context or kind of look or an opinion she has, and then her life is ruined.
Yeah.
And then how are we expected this person to be perfect if we have seen them from the beginning? We've seen them from when they were younger. They never had the opportunity to live, experience life outside of fame.
Well, I also feel like people, like the parents, are the ones that are responsible until they're 18, like legally, right? So it always seems to me that behind the scenes, like the parents use their kid as a puppet.
Kinda, yeah.
Right. And of course, this is something that differs per person that becomes, more famous, more acknowledged. But it's just weird. Like I don't see why a 14-year-old kid should have a certain fame. Like a completely random example. It's not necessarily social media, but the Voice of Holland we had, like which The Voice, the singing program.
Yeah.
There are kids version of these all over the world, and kids of like 8, 9 years old go on there, and then they proceed. And okay, I understand that what they can win is a student, like what do you call that? I don't know the English word for it. Yeah, money for his studies, right? That's basically what you can win. But do you really want to expose your children for that at such a young age? I'm never really sure about that, but it's up for the parents. It's allowed. It's happening a lot, and it kind of also leads us to the question, like, we're talking about kids now, but is social media necessary for anyone, really? Is it good for anyone? Does it do more good than bad, or does it do more bad than good?
Yeah, I think those are two. Let's talk about the first one. Like, is social media actually necessary? And I mentioned it at the beginning. Like some jobs it is, but if we take that exception out,
yeah,
like outside of work, in theory, it's not necessary.
No.
Like society live thousands of years without it. It's not like it's like drinking water of eating. But
I mean, my mom uses Facebook very, very rarely, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. She has WhatsApp, of course, but it's really just to connect with other people. And she doesn't do Twitter or Instagram or whatever. She just has that, and she barely ever uses it. And it doesn't really change her life or anything. I do believe that social media can be very insightful. It can give you a lot of perspectives, a lot of point of views. It's very easy to let your mind be changed on social media. Not always for the good, because the majority can always take over your opinion.
Yeah.
But I think in general you will see a lot of different perspectives. You will see a lot of different people talk. And if you really are willing to listen, it can absolutely be a good indicator for you to like set up your opinion on basically everything, and you can educate yourself really well via social media, I think.
Yeah. I mean, first to answer the first question, is social media necessary? No, it's not necessary. It's not a need.
Yeah, I think I agree. For now.
It's not a need.
Yeah.
But is it good or bad? It has its good parts and it has bad parts.
But does it have more good parts or does it have more bad parts? What do you think? Because you took a break from social media. Well, from Twitter.
From Twitter, especially.
Yeah.
I would say it's good because it allows you to connect. You mentioned before, it allows you to connect. It allows you to have new perspective, which I think is really, really important as a society, as the world grows older. Like before, we only knew what's going on around us. Now we can know what's going on all around the world. Sometimes too much information is bad, but sometimes like it helps you to ground yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like to appreciate what you have, and sometimes appreciate what you don't have. I would say.
Yeah, also.
So I would say that's really good, and that's why I keep Instagram. It allows me to see what my friends back home are doing, and allows me to feel a little bit part of that.
Yeah.
Not to lose some connections.
Yeah.
I took a break from Twitter because I didn't feel that. I felt like all I was looking was negative stuff.
Yeah.
Which does, in every type of information that you get, or every type of like connection you get good and bad. And sometimes I was getting too much bad, and didn't receive, like I didn't see why it was necessary for me to look at this, so I took a break. I was like 3 weeks, something like that, and I downloaded Twitter again, but not using it. I downloaded it because I follow some industries there, and I started again after Corona, so I want to check that. But other than that, I've been checking it, and to be honest, it gave me so much peace. It gave me so much peace of mind.
It's a very interesting thing. I feel like Twitter is more, you can really be part of a community.
Yeah.
If you do well, I think Twitter is really more community based. Like I'm personally really into football, so I follow a lot of football accounts that support the teams I support, and you really follow a lot of people from all around the world. And I see a lot of people also leave Twitter for a short while, and then they come back and they then leave again, and or they stay away forever. And it always makes me think, like, I've never left Twitter. Like, I had Twitter as a personal account while I was in high school, and then later on I changed into this account. And I don't know, PewDiePie is a really good example for as well.
Yeah.
He left Twitter. His wife left Instagram, YouTube. Sorry, yes. Also, yeah.
I don't know if her wife left. His wife left Instagram and Twitter also.
I don't think so. I think Marcia is still there, but I personally never saw the need for myself to leave Twitter specifically, because to be honest, I do have, I had Snapchat, and I did delete it.
Yeah.
But more because I felt like I don't need it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for my own sake or my own health, in that. But yeah, I definitely believe that leaving that place can sometimes be really reassuring, because it can narrow things down for you. You can really be like, a bit on your own, a bit with your own thoughts, instead of with all those forced opinions that you see on social media.
There's a good and bad of taking all the information around the world.
Yeah.
It helps you ground yourself, but also is overwhelming.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, I don't know, like, there's so much stuff like that it doesn't give you anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true.
I would say, like, if anyone feels overwhelmed, or like if something's happening, you feel like you just need space, getting away from social media is good. And I take it from I did it. I don't know it again. Not checking it. Like I tweeted yesterday just as a joke, for a long time, but I really actually feel good.
Yeah.
But I haven't left Instagram.
Yeah.
I haven't left Instagram because it allows me to see what my friends back home are doing, and I don't know. I use Instagram more for memes, and my friends send me funny stuff. I text a lot of people through Instagram, but I think one day I will consider leaving it also, for a while.
Yeah.
Just like, first of all, I need to be more independent out of my phone.
Yeah.
Because I spend too much time here.
Don't we all?
Yeah, but it got to a point, like, I think I need to, like, rely a little bit outside of my phone.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just, and for at least for me, we saw some videos before when researching this about how, like, and especially on Instagram, you can see how everyone looks perfect, everyone's happy, and everyone. If you follow any influencers, I think nowadays it's impossible to not follow one influencer. You can see their life is full of happiness. They look super good. They always have brands and sponsors behind them, stuff like that. And the video was saying, it was like Elon Musk and Joe Rogan talking about yes, you can always see people happy, and then you can start comparing your life to those lives.
Yeah, of course. But what is the reason you post an image on on let's say Instagram, what is the reason you post an image? What is the reason you post a story? Like, what is your thought process? You see
Sure.
this
To share
with the idea that people will interact with it, that people will see it, and that you will be. What is your
interact a little bit, I guess.
yeah?
For like story interact, for like photo for post actually, it's just to keep for myself. Like,
Yeah, okay.
Here, this is me.
I would almost say like, is it a selfish way of obliging other people to interact with you?
Yeah,
Right, kind of.
kind of it is. Because you're not forcing anyone, but you're like putting in this position of like, come on, it's my like say something basically.
Yeah.
Kinda.
And then, on the other hand, also you say like influencers are very showing their positive sides,
Yeah.
obviously. But you're doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I'm not posting me crying at 4 a.m.
After masturbating.
You know, after masturbating. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm posting. I'm posting things where I'm smiling after I masturbated instead. So, right?
It doesn't happen. That's why you don't post.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't posted in 3 years, so. Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like anyone posts that anyway, and I hear that narrative a lot, that it is only forced to post like happy stuff and people see it and they will feel sad about it, and I understand that, but again, I said this to you before, like people will do that anyways, even in real life. When
Yeah.
you talk to your coworkers, you're not going to talk to them and say like, yeah, my cat died yesterday and my grandma has terminal cancer, when you just met them 2 minutes ago.
That's what people do.
Some people do.
That's
But some people also do it on Instagram.
yeah, those are the people who
You know,
doesn't have.
rest in peace grandma, rest in peace cat.
Yeah, okay, that's different. That's like you. That's selfish. Kind of selfishness, like fishing for
Yeah.
comments a little bit, like hey,
Yeah, but
everything's okay. Or
If you do it in real life, it's also like that in the end.
yeah,
Kinda.
Well,
Right?
yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing. There's definitely nothing wrong.
I
with
think
it.
sometimes people like you need some good comments, and
Yeah.
sometimes if the baby who cries is the one who gets food, you know.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
definitely
the
true.
squeaky wheel gets the oil. That's the one.
Yeah. Oh, that's also a good one. Yeah, it's true. Definitely. But I feel like, in the end, everyone posts whatever they feel is good for them, and everyone says what feels good to them in real life as well.
Yeah.
So of course, like, yeah, influencers that have money go to the Bahamas or wherever and post nice beaches and whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, and then I'm unfortunately not able to do that. That's the difference.
Yeah.
People have it's a wealth issue. I don't necessarily think it's like a hiding your real emotions problem.
Yeah, I think like people, I have the, I guess I never care too much about like other people, how they look or
Mhm.
how happy they are, because like okay, if they're friends and stuff like that, sure, but like influencers, I don't really care.
Mhm.
But I've seen a lot of people that they see all these positive photos, Bahamas and stuff, and then yeah, influence is just one person, and they can go to the Bahamas if they have the money, of course, is it right? But then the people, those persons have follow 100 influencers, and then 100 pictures of them in the beach,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you started getting like feeling
Yeah.
the comparison.
Yeah,
Also-
I understand.
Yeah, I don't have the problem. I don't really personally don't have the problem, but I know some people that they told me, yeah, I deleted Instagram,
Mhm.
and the person who did that, I was talking with them through Instagram, so
Mhm.
that's like, what the fuck is not answering me
Ah.
for a few days? I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay,
Makes sense
Uh,
now.
yeah, but yeah, it's like is Instagram is social media good and bad? Like we talk about Instagram, Twitter is also. You just put your own ideas and your opinions, but then if you put your own opinions and your own ideas,
Yeah.
you can get backlash, or you can get support.
Yeah.
And Twitter is such a place that incites debate.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned like a debate on Twitter almost never is
No.
going to change someone's mind,
Absolutely.
because you don't
It's,
lose anything.
It's absolutely useless, and that's also that kind of brings us to a question, like, does social media unite us or does it divide us, right? And I think there has a little bit of truth in both of them,
Yeah,
because in a way, of course, you can enter communities right? I've met a lot of great people online,
Yeah.
right? So, of course, that's one way to unite, but it also divides us even further. I think it divides the people that are already divided even further.
Yeah.
Again, because people that hate each other and are from completely different countries can actually see each other now,
Yeah.
and they hate each other based on one opinion that they posted on Twitter. Like someone posted a tweet that's literally one opinion, and if you would actually meet this person in real life, they could turn out to be the love of your life. Kinda.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes one opinion is a major deal breaker.
Yeah.
But it could be like you could just be really great work friends with this person, but because of one opinion you see of them on Twitter, you kind of start creating like a hate towards them
Yeah.
by arguing with them.
But don't you feel like sometimes, like one's little opinion is all it takes for a Twitter discussion to happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
All the time.
That's for me. That's one of the reasons why I left. Like just one little thing, just the smallest thing, creates this whole war.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, exactly. It's one person tweeting one thing, which
And then
creates 20,000 people to react
Yeah.
to 20,000 other people, like basically trying to rip each other's hair out digitally. You know.
Yeah, that for me was the negativity I was getting. I wasn't getting personally, but I was looking at it and
Yeah.
I didn't want to follow it. I never take place in a debate like that. Rarely do, just because I feel like it's useless.
Yeah, it is, and I still participated in them way too often, because I feel like
But sometimes you fish for them.
sometimes I fish for them. Well,
Yeah.
fishing is not necessarily the right word. It comes on my timeline, and I decide to reply to it, and I often throw out my opinions as well, my
Yeah.
political thoughts or any kind of thoughts that I have, because in the end it is a nice way where you can just throw something out and some people will read it.
Yeah.
Of course, maybe no one will reply to it, but who cares? You'll have told your opinion to some people. Sometimes it's nice. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's nice to throw something off your chest. And yeah, I do often reply to people, and then I kind of know already, like, yeah, there's people gonna disagree with me. There's people gonna agree with me.
Yeah.
It's always like that, and I'm not gonna be able to change someone's mind.
Yeah.
Not via Twitter, not via this platform. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. I feel like, is social media uniting us or dividing us? Yeah. You mentioned it does a little bit of both because
Yeah, that's the good and bad again.
Yeah, it's such a for people who say social media is objectively wrong.
Yeah.
It's incorrect, but it's incorrect to say it's objectively good.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, especially we have social media for how long now? With Facebook, I think Facebook is the first one, right?
Yeah. Well, we had
like MySpace and stuff.
yes, MySpace, exactly.
Well, let's say Facebook is the first one.
2006, I believe. 2004, yeah.
Oh yeah, 2004.
It's been almost 20 years since we have social media, but of course it only has blown up in recent years.
I got my first Facebook on 2008 because my mom made it for me for when I was living in Venezuela.
Yeah.
And I went to my mom convinced all the other moms of my classmates to make one for their kids.
Okay.
And my mom make friends with all my friends, so I could contact with them. Nobody uses Facebook now, but
I was quite late actually with social media. I think I was, because I also got a phone quite late. I think I was like 13 when I got my first phone.
I was 7, 6.
Yeah, I mean, I had like a phone, but like a flip phone.
Yeah, same.
Which I couldn't use. I didn't have a smartphone yet, and I think I got a smartphone when I was like 13. So it was like in my start of the second year of my high school.
Yeah.
No, start of the first years. Nah, I don't know, somewhere around that time, and that's when I eventually also started creating social media. So I was like 13, 14 years old. So it's been like 9 years now of that time. But I see a lot more young children now online. Kids walking with a phone.
Here's a thing, or a thought I just had. Is creating, you see some parents are creating social media for the babies.
Yeah.
Is that count as creating one for, is that kid on social media or the parents are on social media?
No, the parents are on social media.
Okay, but then is the kid then taught by example, like they see their parents, everything he does has to be posted. So the kid is gonna follow those steps, or are you gonna turn rebellious and
Oh, that's a good question.
Like
that depends per person, of
yeah,
course.
there's something like I think we have to wait to foresee because I think it's new trend.
Yeah, it is.
Like you can see a baby and the baby has the fucking social media. Sure, I think it's a way to like the parents to post the picture of the baby itself, like to save it on the album.
Yeah.
But it's just I think like yes, it is an album like Instagram, but it's such a public place for a baby.
True, but I mean, I 100% agree with you. But let's say you have a child, with you have a baby, and every person that comes over to your house, whether it's the neighbor or your family or whoever, you're gonna want to show them baby photos.
Yeah.
It's some kind of pride you have.
Yes, of course.
So putting it on Facebook is just taking out that step of having to physically take the book out and show it to them. You know.
Yeah, but
So-
I think maybe then it's better to.
I don't believe having a specific account for your baby.
Yeah,
is necessary.
exactly.
Just
Just
post
like
it on your own account.
On your own account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, I agree with that. I
I mean,
absolutely agree.
Yeah, I mean we grew on in the generation where with parents took picture of us, but it wasn't that fast. It
Uh-huh.
wasn't with an iPhone or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
Like I have multiple albums of me as a baby with photos that are printed,
yeah. Same. Yeah.
and I think there's a difference, and I think it's like whenever now you can take infinite pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have space in your memory, but
Yeah,
then you
of
can
course.
put in a cloud and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You have infinite space.
Mm-hmm.
Then I feel like each memory is like if you can take every second of that memory, it's not that good of a memory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the good thing of showing a memory was like you see a picture and your parents explain the picture like
yeah.
oh here, I have a picture of me covered by paint
Yeah.
because I decided to paint something with my hands, but instead of using my hands, instead of using a canvas, I painted myself.
Uh-huh.
So that's like that's a story. So with social media now it's like everyone can see the story without even knowing you.
Yeah. True.
And it's like people know you without knowing you. Kinda. Like
There's a lot of those. Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, and of course there's difference between what you post and what the actual person looks is like. But if it comes from some younger age, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like kids and stuff, and probably because when I was growing up, I have a Game Boy, which is
Mhm.
not. But if I was outside, I couldn't use my Game Boy.
Yeah.
And like no, you socialize with people,
Yeah. Exactly.
and
yeah.
I'm an antisocial person now, but I guess that that's like what helps. But I don't know, like I just every time I see a kid with an iPad or something, I feel like it's something.
But is that
weird.
us becoming boomers?
No, no,
It's just.
it's coming from envy, I guess.
Yeah.
I wanted to play Game Boy in the restaurant, but my mom didn't
Yeah,
want me.
yeah. No, I absolutely like. I agree that it's sometimes weird to see people walking with technology when it's like such an unnecessary thing at that certain point, like especially children. But I think that's just part of life. Like people are following up what other people are doing. You
Yeah.
know, parents give their kids it because all the other kids have it, and you're not gonna win the race. There's gonna be the moment a child becomes capable of using a phone, they're gonna be using a phone.
Yeah.
I see parents do this in the queue of a store. The kid is being annoying. Oh well, let's just give them our phone, and then they go on with their daily stuff. It's a bit of a lazy way to do it, but if it works, it works.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it correct? I guess not.
We don't.
I
To
guess
be
not.
honest,
But
we don't know.
we don't know. Like we don't know whether this is it's a bad thing or a good thing. Like that's not up to us to say, of course. And I'm sure there's a lot of psychologists or whatever people that actually have the expertise here that know. Okay, this is not a good way to do it. This is a bad way to do it. But I don't know, man. This is what it is, and it's gonna stay like this, and it's gonna go even worse probably.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, if you think about it, having a 7-year-old with a phone can be quite comforting, in a way. Knowing that when they play outside, they have their phone with them, so if you call them, they will be there.
Yeah.
It can actually be quite useful. It can give you the kids a little more freedom. So maybe it's actually a good thing.
I think they should I mean, I had a phone when I was 6, 7.
Yeah, exactly. You're
And I had a flip phone because I spent the whole day at my school because I had baseball practice and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So my mom's like, she called me to say, hey, I'm in the parking lot, come over. Instead
Yeah,
of she has to walk for
very
it.
useful.
I
Yeah.
look for me. But then I would say they have to release those type of phones again. Just phone that you can just
Yeah.
call and message a little bit.
Well, you can put child locks on phones.
Yeah, but something like this is my phone. Your phone is like $1,000.
Yeah.
Euros, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to give that to a kid.
No, you don't have to. You can give them your old phone.
Yeah, still, but I don't know. They should like really. I guess like a flip phone again to your kids and make it cool so every other kid has it.
Yeah, right.
And you can have a communication that like with you can have a direct communication with someone. There's make a social media for kids a little bit. But then
I don't think it will happen. I mean,
Yeah,
kids are developing this routine and this knowledge at such early age, which again,
I don't think it's gonna happen because kids are such a big market.
yeah, absolutely.
Is so big of a market that it's not worth for any company to do that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, money is what drives the world. So
Yeah.
you make a social media for kids and you put marketing into that, ads into that, then it's kind of outside the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is this uniting us, dividing us? That was the question we started with.
Yeah, right. I think it's both.
Again both. Yeah.
It's really hard to judge stuff like
I think
this.
social media is a really, really good tool,
Yeah.
but they give us so much power that we didn't have before, and then we're
Yeah.
trying to figure out what we do with this power.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Power.
It will take a long time before we can actually find the balance, if ever we will find it.
I mean, it's same with the internet. Like before,
Absolutely, yeah.
before you can only know what your library had,
Yeah.
and I to be honest, I'm lucky. Like I was born with internet.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine doing anything without it.
Same, absolutely.
Like even though I was born with a slow ass internet before, but
I mean, just real quick, like I think it makes us, it gives us the opportunity to be more curious, which is really nice. Because if you were living 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and you
Yeah.
wanted to know, like, did you even come up with an idea such as like, oh, what is the capital of the Bahamas?
no.
No, I mean, and now if I see something about, I mean, this is not really a good example, but if I see something about Bahamas, I'm going to be looking up the Bahamas on the internet and I'm going to see what the capital is.
I mean, before it was like, oh,
You
what's
know?
the capital of Bahamas? Let me get my map.
Yeah, but would you even come up with such an idea? Like, oh, I want to know what the capital of the Bahamas is.
If I'm big now.
I don't think so. I don't think there's
If I
no-
was in the library, probably, but if not,
Yeah, but exactly. If you're just in the street, like you wouldn't even see something like
you
that.
just
So.
go asking everyone, are you from the Bahamas?
Yeah, right. Please help me out.
What's the capital?
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think it definitely helps us become more curious. Also a bit too curious sometimes. Again, it has its downsides, has its upsides. I think that's the general conclusion of social media in general. That
Yeah, social media.
it's a
internet.
really internet as well. It's a really difficult discussion, and it's a discussion where you can have for hours. But I had a good time with this one.
Yeah, I think also concluding the point, social media, no matter what we do now, it's not going anywhere.
No, definitely not. No, it's here to
Mm.
stay. It's here
It's
to
here
stay.
to stay, and we're gonna get more regular. To be honest, it's not surprising if we get more regular in social media.
Yeah.
Because we are, and I think nowadays we are in this wild zone where anything goes. It's liberating, but also at the same time kind of dangerous.
It's kind of scary sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
I think that's a nice way to end it.
yeah, it's kind of dark way to end it, but
Yeah, social media sucks.
everyone delete Twitter out of the
Yes,
phone.
please do so.
But jokes aside, thank you so much for listening.
Yes,
to
thank
this,
you very much, guys.
to this episode.
We had a blast. We'll hope to see you again next time, or whatever. Hear you again, or you hear us. We hope you will hear us again next time.
Yeah, probably. Alright.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.